A wise man once said, "It's important not to get stuck in the past, lest it overtakes you." By me. Me, I am the wise man, the very big brain philosopher. Mostly because I was just thinking about how there's a new generation. I am no longer the youngest. I'm already pushing 40. What am I, 20 turning 21? I'm basically in the grave already. But it's weird to think about because they didn't grow up with the same things I grew up, you know? And I want to do a little appreciation for my youth, a little bit of, well, look what I grew up with and check out my cool things. Because they won't have understood. Or maybe they will understand. Maybe the things are still around. I know one of them is still around, but it's kind of like, how do I say it? Not really a child's hobby anymore. It's sadly. But let's get into it. Let's see what I have here. Okay, guys. So this is one part of the instrument. Must be in the other bag. How do you get these in again? Look, here's one. Now this is what you call a proper Beyblade. They don't make them like they used to now. They have. I remember they were doing Burst, which is all plastic and whatnot, or mostly plastic. But Metal Fusion, that's proper good metal right there. And you'd put them in a little arena, strap them onto. Hold on. See if I remember how to do this. When this is difficult, how the children do these? How am I doing them wrong? Oh, there we go. This one works. Okay, just that one in their bag for now. Look at this. So you got your Beyblade attached in. Or do you? Wait, is it not attached? What is going on here? Okay, you got your Beyblade in. Like so. Put your thing in. And then... I don't know how I'm going to demonstrate this. Maybe I need another camera. Hold on, we'll get the second POV. Alright, we got two cameras now, two POVs. Hi, cat. Are you going to watch it spin with me? So you'd get them loaded up in the form, and then do the thing. Hold on, how am I going to position this? Wait, there we go. And then you do the thing where you let it rip, and it spins around. And I know that may sound boring to many, but I tell you right now, this shit was hype. We had arenas, we had everything there, and watching the metal go was very cool. And now they're made out of plastic, though I don't know if that's true. I tried to look into that. Couldn't really figure out if they're all made of plastic now, or the newest ones go back a bit to the metal. But what a jewel. What a memory of these. These were great. Oh, and it was like my first proper introduction to anime. Because of the Beyblade show, it was like Beyblade, Beyblade, let it move. That was like amazing for youth. Yeah, no, it was so cool. I loved Beyblade. It was like, I'm a sucker for them. You should bring them back. I don't know how, but they should. Children, go back to playing with Beyblades. They're cool. Get off your leapfrog, or whatever they call. It's honestly, your parents probably just gave you a tablet. I'm not gonna lie. But get off that. Get some Beyblades. They're cooler AF. Well, they were. Alright, moving on to number 2. What is the second thing I've got? Oh, yes. Now this one's a bit less older than Beyblade, so you probably know it, but Wachua, the 3DS. We love the 3DS in this household, and don't raise your finger and tell me, actually, Logan, that's the 2DS XL. Nobody even used the 3DS feature. It wasn't a thing, so I'm just going to call this the 3DS. But this was a classic thing. I remember growing up with it, and I remember even beforehand you had the original DS, which I'm pretty sure I've got in here, over here as well. Classic 3DS, or not even 3DS, what am I talking about? Original DS. Pretty sure it still works. Don't think it will have batteries. Oh! 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 Holy! I think it just ran out, chat. It's got that little bit of power to show you the intro, and then it goes flat. uh, But this is what I want to focus more on because this DS was good. I loved playing all my games on here. This was in the Wii U era, so Nintendo was doing bad in that regard. But I love the Wii U. That's another good one that we had. We had the Wii U. That was a commercial failure, but I liked the games on there. Splatoon was my biggest, well, my biggest big one. That was a good one. I still play Splatoon sometimes. It's like my, whatchamacallit, guilty pleasure playing the Splatoon game because it is just a good game. But you can't go out saying, I think Splatoon's one of the best FPSs in the world. Oh, yada yada yada, because you'll be lynched. But enough about that. Go back to the DS. 3DS specifically. This was so fun. I have so many good memories in here. And it still got charged. Woo! Look at that. If it's is it on? No. Look at it now. Or keep looking at when I get out games to show. There we go. Ooh. And these little themes and whatnot they had. What is it called? My Luigi Dream Team. Got all the Fire Emblems as well. Shin Megami. Yokai Watch. Okay, that's the one I want to talk about. Yokai Watch was a sleeper one in my opinion. Nobody talks about Yokai Watch. Well, I hope people still talk about Yokai Watch. Those are a classic. I made sure when the 3DS era was ending to get all possible whatchamacallits. Oh, not them all. I got the mainline Yokai Watch games so I could replay them because I remember having a great time with them. Doesn't beat Pokemon for the 3DS, but still pretty good, and I quite liked the combat systems. But now everyone's got a Switch, and they don't even port half the things from the 3DS onto the Switch. The only thing I can think of is I genuinely can't think of one. There's the Japanese port of Yokai Watch 1 on the Switch. What else did they do? Oh, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. That one I have a funny story about. I remember there's this section, I'll see if I can pull up a clip of it, where you're peering in a hole, looking at Boo, and then he jumps at you. Like, that was like my first experience of a jump scare. Like, physically, like, actually playing the game. Of course I did FNAF and whatnot, or watched FNAF when I was a child. But that was like me in the trenches, seeing the King Boo go up, like a little heart attack for little me. What's next? Okay, now this one you can argue is like still around and whatnot. I don't have any on me, but are you familiar with silly bands? They were kind of like little plastic bands you'd put on your wrist, and there'd be little shapes when you take them off. That shit was amazing. When you were a kid, you thought, whoa, what's my silly band gonna be? And like, there's still a thing technically. I looked into the website and everything before this video, before recording this and everything, and they have a new silly band section titled new, right? And it can't be new because they got fucking iCarly silly bands. They got fucking Justin Bieber silly bands. Who is buying a Justin Bieber silly band in current year? I don't mean to be that guy, but who is doing that? Because I would like to meet them because they sound like an interesting fellow. Oh, and we got one more thing in my childhood that I mentioned at the start. This is the one I was talking about where it's become less of a child's hobby, unfortunately. I got the classic Pokemon cards. Now, these ones, you really rarely hear things about, oh, you don't hear children playing with Pokemon cards nowadays. Back in my day, we didn't know how to play the game. We had a stupid rule that I really hated looking back on it, where it was just higher health or higher damage wins. We didn't actually know how to play the game, but collecting them was fun. It was like gambling for children, which is very popular in Australia. Not so much the gambling for children, but of gambling itself. So, start them young. Yeah, look at that. I got a big plastic collection. Let's see if I've got any good ones in here. Ooh, Mega Arteria. Nice. But yeah, you don't really see children playing with them nowadays because they probably can't get their hands on them anymore. Because of all the, scalping and whatnot. So it's sad. That's sad that that's kind of gone away. Holy, do I even have any good cards in this set? I remember I spent like $300 one time with like my vacation money when getting whatchamacallit, this Pokemon card set. It wasn't even a set, it was just like a bunch of packs, and I got nothing good. Like, I got that Mega Alterio, but I think that's not even from this generation that I bought from, because this all looks like Alola stuff. I'll show you my one card that I think is fake, but I hold it dear. The Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well. See, I would have been the kid you would have bullied at school, because who plays Yu-Gi-Oh in the modern day, or not in the modern day, in the past modern day, when you could have just been playing Pokemon cards? I was that niche kid. Oh wait, I think I got it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this one's fake, and you know, I'd be happy if it was, because I did not keep this thing in condition. But look at that. Oh, look, isn't that cool? Wow, it's got someone's name on it and the World Championship. Wow. uh, yeah, it makes you think, doesn't it, that you are getting up there. I am pushing 40 now. Don't have much time left on this earth, so I may as well remind people of what a good childhood was. Oh god. Well, that was fun. That was a fun little trip down memory lane. You gotta make sure though to always live... Don't live in the past, if that makes sense. It's cool to look back at these things, or maybe try and get like a old game or something, you know, in the physical edition way sense, you know. But in the end, you're not living back then, and you never will be living back then. And if you focus your whole life trying to get back there, you'll just end up wasting it. You know, that's kind of what this whole video was meant to symbolize, other than me just saying, look at all my cool old stuff. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Sorry for not putting out videos, by the way. I'm struggling a little bit with things at the moment, like time-wise, but I'll get back into it. See ya.